Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the daily Daf Yomi. We are on page 28, that's Chavchet, naturally, of Masechet Bava Kamma. We're talking all about today the Gemaras and the Breita within regards to what if a person makes his vineyard hefka. That is the case scenario over here. So he will declare it ownerless, and the next morning he will go and harvest it. He will be obligated to leave the tithes that go to the poor. These are called peret, ola, a lot, also shikha, and also peya. But he will be free at the same time of the obligation of maaseh, the tithe for the levy. So generally speaking, only a farmer who harvests his own field is obligated in all of the tithes that are commanded in the Torah. A field that is truly hefka will have no owner, will not need to have tithes taken from it by the person who comes to harvest it. In this specific case today, in today's Daf here on Chavchet, it's clear that this vineyard we're talking about was not truly hefka, which is why the sages distinguish between some of the tithes, those distributed to the poor, that still need to be brought, and others that are no longer obligatory. Most of the commentators explain that the difference between the tithes based on the Gemara here in Bava Kamma in page 94, Tzadik Daled, naturally, that points to the repeated use of the word ta'azob, which means to leave behind something. Specifically in those tithes that are to be left for the poor, the Gemara concludes from here that whenever there is some possibility that these tithes should be distributed, we are obligated in those cases to do so. Then there's the Rambam, the commentator the Rambam, who offers a different source for this ruling. According to him, we find the word sadcha. What does this mean? Your field. Only in reference to the tithes for the poor. For this, he concludes that whenever someone is harvesting his field, even if it was taken from hefker, something that is ownerless, he is still obligated in those tithes. But however, with regards to the tithes for the priests, for the Kohanim, and for the Levites, since the term sadcha does not appear, the exemption of hefker will apply. Now there's various tithes to the poor that's discussed here. So I'll just quickly mention what these different tithes are. There's something called peret. What is peret, friends? It is grapes that fall off during harvest, are left for the poor. That is peret. Then there's ola lot, which is, let's say, oddly shaped clusters of grapes, which must be left for the poor, the people that are have no money. Then there's shikha. So what is shikha? It is what is forgotten after the harvest, must be left for the poor. So those things have to be left for the poor in order to take. And then there's peya, leaving a corner of the field for the poor to harvest in those times. We very much see some of these halachot or